Yesterday I was not feeling well. I had a flu. I had slight fever. So by afternoon I thought, let's call it a day. I left my work, went to NMC Specialty Hospital. The nurse examined me and asked me to wait at the emergency room. I was sitting on the bed. I saw an old figure coming to me, Dr. Srilata. She had grey hair and she was wearing a specs. She took the report from the nurse and she looked at me. She just asked me 3 questions. Do you smoke? Oops. I said no. Do you drink cold water? I said no. Do you have proper sleep? Friends, this question paved way for me to find out that elusive topic I was finding for my Project 3 in Toastmasters today. Respected President, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and dear friends, good evening.
Good evening.
I looked surprised at the doctor. I asked her, what does sleep have to do with my flu? Now she saw me with a tie, nicely dressed, so she thought that I might be educated. And she started explaining. Friends, what I'm going to say from now, listen very carefully. This has come from the brains of a doctor. She said a normal man, a normal human being, must sleep at least 7 to 8 hours in a day. She asked me, you right now have a flu and you have a slight fever. Do you feel tired or sleepy? I said, yes, I'm tired, I also feel sleepy. But do you have the same sleepiness all the other days when you're very okay? I said, no, I don't have it. So it's obvious your flu and your sleep has some relation in between. I said, logical. She immediately took a paper. Just took a paper. And what she did, she drew a line. She said, this line is your body. Now you have flu which is attacking you. Like all of us know, we have a mechanism in our body that resists the flu. Now she said that when your body mechanism cannot resist the flu completely, automatically your body calls in for a factor which is called sleep. So when I have the flu, I'm feeling sleepy. So both of this combined together gives a better force to resist this flu. I said, it's fine, absolutely right. Then she asked me one more question. If you increase this sleep factor, will not the total immunity towards the flu increase? Will it not? It will. I said, you're absolutely right. Then she asked me a question. She asked me, you know what is the main component in your immunity system? I said, ma'am, sorry, I'm an engineer, I'm not a doctor. She said, it is your white blood corpuscles. Have you heard about this? WBC? And the fact is that research has showed that people who sleep 7 to 8 hours a day have 30% more WBC counts than people who sleep less than 5 hours a day. Which means that if your sleep time is above 7 hours, your chances of getting a flu are 30% lesser than people who sleep less than 5 hours a day. I was impressed. And she looked at me. She said, you're slightly bulky. I said, yeah, I am. Then she said, I'll tell you one more reason why you should sleep properly. And this I thought I should share with the ladies in Science Technique today. You know, the Thoracic Society in America, they did a research for 16 years over the sleeping pattern of women. They found out that women who sleep less than 5 hours a day gain 1.6 pounds every year compared to women who sleep 7 hours a day. Even though they both are eating the same amount of food and burning out the same amount of calories. I got surprised. I asked her why this is happening. She said if you don't have proper sleep, at least 7 hours, your digestive enzymes get distorted. We all eat mainly chapati and rice. These are all carbohydrates. There is an enzyme called leptin. This enzyme is the one that cracks your carbohydrates when you eat them to help digest it. Now when you don't sleep properly, this leptin gets distorted. And what happens is that if carbohydrates is not digested properly, it will stay as fat deposits on your body. So please, my ladies of Science Technique, if you feel that you're eating less and you're doing exercise but still not reducing weight, check about your sleep patterns and please sleep properly so that people like me and Danny have more enthusiasm to come to office.
No.
She told me, when she finished this, she looked at me. I was sitting like this, listening to her so attentively. What she did, she said, okay, since you are so attentive, I'll tell you one more point why you should sleep properly. This I'll put in a different way. Just imagine you are not going to get increment. You are leaving scientific. Now, tomorrow you have an interview for the next company. You are sitting in the night. You are reading your earlier engineering books, your accounts books, finding those key definitions which they may ask you tomorrow. For heaven's sake, at least on that night, sleep for 7 hours. Because if you don't, then we'll always see you here in scientific. Professor Ulker Wagner, he made a presentation in 2005, showed that if you give a man, a human being, you give him a paper with new information to read, and you ask him to recollect that information after 6 hours of sleep, he would be 80% accurate. And if you ask the same guy, you read the information, and you ask him after 6 hours without sleeping, he would be only 50% accurate. There's a difference of 30%. What he says is that the information you read, the brain stocks them in the proper level after your sleep. It's quite obvious. You look at small children, they sleep 16 to 18 hours a day. Why? Because whatever they see is new information for them. And once they sleep, their brain starts stocking them in the right process, so that when they wake up, they understand. I'm sure after this speech, most of you sitting here will absolutely know the key importance of sleeping. I thank Dr. Srilata for making this speech possible for me, and not but the least, I thank those 7 hours of sleep yesterday which I had after I scripting my speech and marked it up to clearly tell it to you right here today. Over to you, Costa.